Hi, I'm Jackie Smith, and I'm here to talk about my dreads. So they're not true dreads yet. They have only started locking up. They're 2 months old, and I'm gonna show you what they look like. I've been pinned back with some little bobby pins. That just shows you how immature they are still. I can still bobby pin them up. I have 67 dreads last time I counted. The back has been locking up faster than any of them. I have a couple that are starting to form loops. I've got really thin ones in the front. I don't know how those are gonna go, if they're gonna stay or if I'm gonna wanna join them somehow. I really don't know, I'm just playing that by ear. The ones that are doing the best are ones that I actually had to re-backcomb and crochet again. I would say that they're maturing the fastest right now. So I started them using the backcomb method. I sectioned everything off exactly how I wanted it, and I put little elastic bands, and then I would just backcomb and pack them really, really tight. And at first when I started, I tried crocheting them also to really tighten them, but I really had no idea what I was doing. I was really kind of creating a net around each dread. I found those ones are actually doing the worst. Well, since then I've read about like dreads needing movement. The hair needs movement in order to compress and lock up. Since I started my dreads, I have done some maintenance. I have re-backcombed some that were starting to come out. I have a lot of loose ends, you can see. Some ends are really loose. This dread has like a lot of loose hair at the end. I also have one that's really only dreaded up right here. The rest is kind of loose. Then there's another like part that's pretty locked, and then there's like a loose end. The ones that were kind of coming out, I was re-backcombing really tightly, and then I would just like crochet. I changed my method. I realized that you could just kind of pull in and tighten the dread from the inside. So I would just kind of like poke it in and tighten it up a little bit. But I've stopped doing that now. In fact, I found a site called dreadtruth.com. I love it. I love looking at timelines, which is why I decided to start this, in case anybody else wanted to see the timeline of my dreads as they mature. A lot of people's advice was just to let your dreads do their thing. I really just palm roll when I come out of the shower, or if I'm going somewhere. Like I went to church this morning, so I palm rolled all of them just to kind of make them look a little bit more tidy. I had a baby about a year ago, so postpartum hair loss is a big deal. I've been losing a lot of hair. But the nice thing about dreads is it doesn't shed. I'm not like shedding all over myself or my house, or even not clogging the drain anymore. It's all going into my dreads. Because I'm shedding so much hair, I'm getting a lot of fuzz between the sections. You really want to put that hair back into your sections, into your dread, so that your dreads stay strong. I don't want any of my dreads getting weak. So what you can do is you can actually just roll the hair into like a little ball, push it into the section. I have a lot of loose hair coming off the dreads, some of them more than others. I don't know if you can see. But all that loose hair is starting to go into other dreads. So when I wake up in the morning, I try to just kind of like pull them apart, and I try to be really gentle. I'm trying not to break my hairs or rip them out of my scalp. I really want my dreads to be strong. That's the bread timer. We're making sourdough. Here's one that has a lot of hair coming out, but as you can see, it's starting to get a little wiggly. As my dreads get wiggly, I'm gonna try to embrace it. I'll let you see this side. Here, I'm getting a couple of loops. The ones on top are actually pretty loose. And here's the back. Oddly enough, when I started my dreads, I was really worried about the neck, like the dreads closest to my neck, coming out really easily. I've actually found that they are locking up the best out of all of my dreads, so I'll show you those. I have one dread in the back that is actually dreading up at the root. It's pretty thick, and I can't hardly get my finger even through the section. Right here, pretty dreaded. Right up there, it's so thick, I can't even hardly push through. I've got some pretty decent loops going on in the back. I'm just gonna let it happen. Anyway, that's my dreads at 2 months. At 3 months, I'll probably do a dread timeline of my hair before I started dreads. The first month, the second month, and then 3 months. Anyway, that's all, and I hope that was interesting. I forgot to say, smash that like button, hit subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If there's a specific thing you'd like me to talk about or share in a different video, let me know, and I'll see what I can do.